Hello.
Hi there, hi. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing totally fine. So, thank you so much, brother, for joining the call. I appreciate it.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there. There you go.
Yeah, is everything audible? Is everything fine?
Yep. Yeah, it's good now. Yeah, you just cut out for a second, but it's good now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, if you don't mind, let me introduce myself, and we can go further from there on.
Awesome. So yeah, basically I do like AI voice bots, call agents, stuff like that. I currently am just doing like cold outreach, like I'm just messaging people. Um, and it's not working very well because I don't have any proper systems in place. I specialize, in like the call bots, the different like database reactivation campaigns, all that stuff. But when it comes to lead generation, like that's where I'm really struggling right now.
Yeah. So, getting in the filtered talk that then console on whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was something regarding GSL as well. I think you have set up all of the GSL and you're doing
Yeah, I
basically
can.
all.
Yeah, I can. I'll actually screen and show you what kind of I have going so far. Just one sec here. Shit, screen. All right. So right here. So this is kind of what I have set up right now. I have a website and all that. Um, go to automations here. Sorry, my computer is really slow for some reason. There we go. So I have some different kind of funnels I work with. Database creation, uh, stuff. The one I would be using the most would be um, like lead forms. So, for example, like someone submits a lead form, it automatically messages them. Um, if like I have on my website to like book appointments and everything like that. So like on my end, like once the lead comes in from my website, whatever, it's fully automated. I just don't have actual systems for like,
Ah, okay. So what you're doing is basically you're having a system right now, but you don't have a specific system for any information, specifically those days which are pre-qualified and also to have the system, have your your offering, right?
yes,
So
yeah.
your
So
main
like
issue is having those leads.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. And if you don't mind, what is the price range of your offering?
So like my offers they range from like $1,000 setup fee, and then $600 a month, because I offer like the whole Go High Level software, much like you probably do. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of my starter fee, and then it depends on exactly what the business wants. Like if they want more than just like a chat bot, like a voice call bot, and they want, like website chat bots, and they want, like different integrations that I can also offer. I also do like geotagging and stuff like that. So like if they want, other services, obviously it becomes a lot more. But my standard would be like my most basic would be 1,000 a month, and then sorry, $1,000 setup fee, and then $600 a month.
And these usually require you to have a call with your prospects or have
Yes,
an
yes. Yeah, so normally the process would be to get them I typically do like a one call close. So get them to book a call and then I try to close them on that call.
Yeah, so if you allow me to share my screen and show you how and where my system comes in and fill all the gaps so that you'll be able to continue from there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let me just have the screen share. So first of all, what our objective here is, it isn't basically a only just lead gen system. That's not what I just do. It's a lead gen system plus a qualification system, which includes a nurturing system. So we are only getting on calls and we are only booking the calls with qualified prospects who are able to and who are able to afford our services, and then who are also having the problem that we are looking to solve. So what I see in the market today is only lead gen, which is not typically just what I do, because lead gen, honestly, it is easy if you know, obviously. But then we have to bring in those qualified prospects which are able to afford. Now, how do we do it is pretty much from these four automated systems. And obviously, in my webinar video, which I sent to you earlier through Messenger, I didn't cover the technical aspects and how I specifically implement all of these systems, which I'm going to be doing today, so that we are able to understand the full offering and how I'm able to objectively solve the client acquisition problem and the deals closing problem for you. Now, first of all, what I do is I install a targeted outbound system. This is where the traffic comes in play. So we don't run any ads because there is a lot that costs a lot of money, obviously. And so what we do is we bring in the traffic, and these are those business owners or those agency owners, which I typically generate, obviously, on basis of what your industry is and what your targeted persona client is. So that's what ideally we are doing. So first of all, targeted outbound system, and let me just show you by going in there. So first of all, we have three platforms which we typically outreach on. First is obviously Facebook DMs. Second is, and mind you, but Facebook is it's a green platform which people don't usually understand. So people underestimate the power of Facebook. But I am particularly closing deals through Facebook, and so I help also my clients do the same. First of all, Facebook. Second is LinkedIn, and third is cold emailing. So cold emailing is also a specific thing which people usually undermine, or they don't specifically go through the sequencing process through which we close deals. So the the outbound system specifically have all of these materials. Now, I'm not going into all of these things individually because that's going to take a lot of time. I can share this drive with you and you can go through all of these documents yourself. But what happens is basically we install our offering, we create lead magnets around it, and then we also create a funnel structure. So the sales letter is a funnel basically. So it's the different name of a funnel. So, and then scripts and scripts containing all of these sequencing, messaging, voice messaging, follow-up messaging, and then closing messaging. And all of these are tilted, hyper personalized according to your needs and according to your. So for now, for here, these are my specific scripts and my specific clients' scripts. But then when and potentially if I and Sean on board with each other and if we deem fit working with each other, then obviously everything will be hyper personalized according to your own industry and according to your own prospects. So that's what we do when it comes to the automated part outbound. That's specifically the implementation part of what is required to be able to book calls from the outbound system. And what we are doing is typically, generally, if I talk about the numbers here, then on an average day, we are doing is 200 to 300 outreach messages. And from those 200 to 300 outreach messages, because they are hyper personalized, we are getting in about 2-5 book calls a day. That's a day, by the way, because our target is 100 book calls a month. And we pre-qualify them by asking them specific questions. And again, by a nurturing and conversion process. Obviously, this all has all of these scripts, all of the sequencing that is typically required to nurture and pre-qualify a prospect. So what happens is out of those 200-300 prospects, we usually get around 20 or 15 qualified prospects, which then we send something. So it could be a lead magnet, it could be a webinar video. And then from there on, we ask them if they have the budget, if they have the capacity to be able to work with us. Because we typically say to them that we are not cheap, we are expensive. So they understand this. And the qualified prospects are only will understand the whole process, and then they come and then they jump on a call with us. So that's the outbound system that we are doing. So I think it makes sense until here. Do you have any questions till here?
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So the second thing is, and obviously the only our targeted outbound system typically generates around 90 to 120 book calls or book meetings a month. But then we also install another system, which is the automated personal brand system, which I call it. And obviously, it's not something complicated. It's really simple. What we do is, because we are typically outreaching to Facebook, to LinkedIn. So what we are doing is we are supplying content created and designed around our targeted clients or target audiences fear and fascination curves. We are doing is we are just coming in, we are curating, we are designing all of our content according to their own psychology so that we are able to close them on a future basis, not today. So automated personal brand system is built to build the audience. It is not built to close a client today. What we do is close a client today is typically generated from the targeted outbound system. That's the short-term thing. But the long-term thing is the automated personal brand. And what happens is from the last year till now, if I can roughly give a value of the clients I close from only personal brand, no targeted outbound system, only personal brand from last year till now is a number around about 45 to 50. That's a specific number that I closed for myself. It's not for my clients, obviously they are different, but for myself because it was a long-term strategy in play and I knew it. So these are the specific three things: outbound, long-term personal brand, and then nurturing and conversion sequences, which we deploy, which we install, and they get results, they get book calls. So that's what it is. And then all of these three systems are usually deployed so that we can get a booking funnel. For example, if I show you my own calendar, so I have a call with you right now, and then afterwards, I have more calls tomorrow, and then more calls day after tomorrow, and then before as well, I did have calls. So my calendar basically is jam packed, and how I do it is usually and typically using the system that I just elaborated to you. So that's how I personally book calls for myself, for my clients, and this is what we are going to be doing for your own services. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is exactly the system that I have used for other clients as well. And I've already shown you some of the results here in the webinar. Obviously, I'm not going to be going through it. You have already been shown it. So this is exactly what things. And then one more thing. This is usually a question that where do we get the leads that we are basically outreaching? So how that happens is usually using two strategies. First of all, let me show you this. So I already have got around 100 million plus leads from Apollo.io, and then LinkedIn. I've extracted using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So I do have this data. Not we are not only using this data, we are also extracting manual leads as well for your industry, for your need. So obviously, if somebody comes in and say to me that we have to target only real estate leads or only real estate prospects. That is usually done either of the two ways. Either I'm going to be doing it manually using FB and LinkedIn because manual is the best. No matter how many people are doing automations, how many people are teaching automation, that is good. That's fine. But in my experience, manual prospecting is the greatest thing that we can have because we are having the highest quality of calls from the manual prospecting. So that's my first and foremost way of finding the leads and then outreaching them and then doing the lead magnets and then converting them, all of that. So does this make sense still here?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions still here?
No.
So if I ask you a specific question regarding your target, do you have a specific monthly target in terms of clients? So do you see yourself hitting a specific number after 2 months?
My goal is to reach like 15,000 a month within the next like 2 months, 2 to 3 months. So yeah, 15,000 would be the goal.
Yeah, surely. So even if we play just random number, even if we get to around not 100 but only 50 calls a month, even if we do it by two, even then 250 calls we are going to be expecting is roughly say 5-6 call one day. That's usually my numbers. It could be more at your end, but so what we are generally expecting is 10 or 12 deals in a month using our whole systems. And if we equate with your number, which was around 1,000 for the setup fee, that would be around 10,000 in the next 2 months or so. So that's our objective. I think that's realistic, and that's what we have achieved in the past as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So seeing all of the things, where would you be? Where would you like to go from there?
I'd be very interested. Obviously, like got to hear pricing and stuff first. But after hearing all that, I'm definitely very interested.
Yeah. And let me just go through the pricing. But before that, um, what what would be the process of onboarding? So it would be like you would be making me a team member inside of your GSL, or how would that be like?
Yeah, I can add you as like I think it's admins have the most access. I can just give you access to whatever you need access to. I can give you full access. That way we can see exactly, you can see the conversion rates as well. And you can see where all the traffic's coming from and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably what I'd be looking at doing.
Yeah, sure thing. And just to make sure that if I would be joining you, then it would be a role more of a strategic partner where I would come and use the GSL. Obviously, it's a technology, but then the systems are what are going to be bringing in all the traffic and wording. So basically, we have to integrate all of these systems inside of your GSL. So GSL would play a huge part of that, but then these systems would be bringing all the leads and supplying all the details and calls inside of your GSL. Let me just go through the pricing options. So first of all, we have two options in here. What we can do is the first option is very simple, very straightforward. So I can come in and install all of the systems that I just described to you, hyper targeted to your audience for $497. Okay, there would be no monthly setup, no monthly cost, nothing else. Just $497 for the setup fee. There is, however, one specific thing that I would like to tell you in this first option is that you would require a at least one team member, or it could be a bunch of tools that we use for automation. But those tools are quite expensive, by the way. So it would be around, apart from the setup charges, it would be around, I think so, 3,200 for the next 4 months, just for the tools as well. So that's the expensive option for you. I'm not going to be charging you 3,200 or stuff. I'm definitely not charging that much. But for automating the whole process, it could be either you hire somebody or hire a team member or do it yourself. I mean, sending the messages and sending the deal because that is the manual. Obviously, the system is automated, everything is automated, but then the the messages and the DMs are going to be manually sending. So that's the first option. 497 setup charges, but then automating would require 3,200, and that would be for the tools and stuff. And then the second option is you would not need to worry about anything. You don't have to handle anything. You don't have to lift one finger of you. You don't have to manually DM or hiring another team member. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Basically, my objective in that second option would be we would be joining for the next 4 to 6 months. And my personal objective with you would be helping you touch that 15K per month. And how I would do that is by getting you to 100 book calls a month. And that would be guaranteed by them. Because this second option includes no automated tools, includes no team member. It would be just me. And I would charge you 2,500 end-to-end process, delivering you all of the systems, delivering you 100 book calls a month guarantee. That's my commitment to you, and that's the pricing options for both of the options.
Okay, so you said 20, it'd be 2,500 a month.
No, 2,500 one time for the
Okay.
end-to-end process.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good price. Okay. Yeah, so the first option, like you said, was 497 for the setup. And then the second one was just 2,500 for the end to end.
Yeah, end-to-end, and that has the deliverable as being 100 calls with
Okay.
25.
Awesome. Yeah, so I just have a meeting at 4 o'clock my time, which would be in it's 1:30 now, so 2.5 hours. Um, and then would I be able to get back to you on that, because I am really liking the 2,500 option, and that would be USD, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I am definitely would definitely prefer that as opposed to just the setup, because that's what I'm looking for. You know, the full automation, the leads coming in, and then I just kind of close them. So yeah, I definitely, that's the one I would be looking at.
Yeah, sure. You can take your time. Obviously, this is a big decision. I don't feel ready for joining me or getting on board with me. Obviously, you can take your time with that day, and then we can perhaps some second call where we would actually be discussing how we are going to be integrating all of the systems, and then we can start.
Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So, is it the best to reach out to you on the Facebook Messenger?
We can exchange WhatsApp numbers as well. See what we can find.
Yeah, for sure. Let me check my WhatsApp here. I can send it in the chat if that works best.
Yeah, that works.
I just want to check my number. Okay.
Yeah, I just received it, so I will shoot the message and take it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, brother. Take care, and I'll try to get back to you by the end of the day my time today. I know it's getting late for you, so maybe in the morning for you. but I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. I agree. And just to before closing, this whole process would be a deliverable. It would be 100 book calls for you.
Sorry, can you say that again? You just cut out there.
Yeah, I'm saying that this whole deliverable would be the 100 book calls.
So my audio. Sorry, one more time. My apologies.
Yeah, no problem. So what I'm saying is this whole deliverable would be 100 book calls for you. That's what
Okay.
that's what I am
100
saying.
book calls. Yeah, 100 book calls a month.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, brother. And I'll talk to you shortly.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good. Bye.